Greetings, YouTube. I've never really hidden the fact that I think that the President of the United States should be impeached. I think that he's absolutely unfit for office, and he has been lying and committing criminal acts since day one. Not to mention, he's probably been committing criminal acts prior to that and during his campaign. But the current numbers show that Americans are starting to agree with the fact that, maybe we should impeach the bastard. 54% of voters say that the House should cancel its current 2-week vacation and begin impeaching procedures. And 45% of voters believe that the president should be directly impeached. Those numbers are up, and that's a big chunk of the electorate, which I think is really, really useful. Now, also here, which is interesting, is that the president has called the whistleblower a fraud, suggested that House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff be arrested for treason, and warned of a civil war-like fracture in America if he's removed from office. These are not the actions of an innocent man. These are also the actions of a fascist who is trying to solidify his power base. So I pretty much believe that he's simply admitted everything we need to know about a man that is going to be impeached. He's admitted his crimes. The whistleblower said that the president did A, B, and C, and the president has come out and said, I did A, B, and C. He just admitted it, and then his lawyer, Giuliano, said he did A, B, and C. They're not hiding this fact. They're not, there's no question here. He committed treason, and he needs to go away. He did impeachable offenses. He used his position to blackmail an entire country by dangling their military support money out front, saying, be a real pity if you didn't get that funding now, wouldn't it? Why don't you kind of go along with my desires? You give me something, I give you something. Everybody's happy. He sounds like a mafia boss. Here's an offer you can't refuse. Because if you do, your biggest ally will send the funding that you so desperately need to stay alive. Yes, he's a criminal, and he should be impeached, and he should die in prison. And the American people are beginning to come around to that thought. Maybe he should die in prison. He's not a very nice man. He isn't. He's a white nationalist, and a misogynist, and a confessed sexual assaulter, and a number of other horrible, horrible traits that he's got, besides destroying the environment and handing as much of America over to the corporations as he possibly can. And he's just a shit-gibbon of a human being. And we would all be better off if he were in a cell forever, wearing an orange jumpsuit. I'm sure it would go oh so well with his spray tan. You don't get spray tans in prison, so maybe we'll actually get to see what his skin color looks like eventually. After the spray tan fades away, I get the feeling he's really pasty white. Because let's face it, other than golfing, he doesn't spend a lot of time outside. And all that golfing he's doing, on our dime. And all the times he's having people stay at his properties, our money is going into his pocket, which is also probably illegal. But, that's just the cherry on top of the big shit cake that is the President of the United States. So yeah, let's impeach the bastard. Let's put the bastard in prison where he belongs. And let's show the white supremacists of America that we don't like your leader. So screw off. We don't need you. We don't need him. America is better than this. I'm really hoping we can do that in 2020 when we vote to get Pence out of office. Because I get the feeling that the shit-gibbon is not going to be president when it comes time to pass the torch.